Hey everybody, it's me, Mark of Things, and today we're going to talk about how to build your own cable release for your SX-70 camera. So why do we need to build our own cable release? There's a few on the market, some are with timers, some are with cable, but they're all not that long. So if you want to go a little bit further away of the camera to take a picture, you're stuck. But we're gonna build a long cable release. And since I really care about who takes pictures with my cameras, why not make it secure? No, well, actually, I kind of bought a little button, but I lost it. So I thought it would be a fun idea to use this key lock to build our release. So as soon as we turn the key, we take a picture. And nobody else take a picture with this release. So if the camera would be hidden away somewhere, you would need the key to take a picture. I think that could be a fun idea to put the camera somewhere else and just release it when you turn the key or something like that. But that's just a kind of an exhibition idea or something like that, or maybe for something else and you don't know when you open the door and there's like this key lock inside and it releases the camera. You could wire that camera to everything actually. You just need to put these two wires into the camera and then you're ready. So where is the remote actually installed on the camera? So on the SX-70 we got like these two holes here on the side. These two holes are for the remote, and the only thing we need to release the camera is to circuit these two together. We need actually some conductive material that we could put into these holes. Maybe you know these big paper clips, the strong ones, not the little ones, the bigger ones. You could actually use them, they're perfect for that. They have the perfect thickness and they just get right into that. Or you can do as I did, take some copper wire, a little bit of it, to solder our longer cable to it. And then we can just zip tie that together or put some hot glue on it to make it stable, and we're ready with our shutter release. Well, we need a soldering iron, something like that. Doesn't need to be a fancy one, like the cheapest one like I have. It's more than enough for this thing. So we need some thick copper wire, and we need some longer cable that we can just use to extend our camera as long as we want. That's here. We need our SX-70, possibly with an empty pack of film inside, so we can check if the shutter release works. Actually, I wouldn't try that with a new pack of film, so yeah. Some soldering wire, some clippers. So I would say let's jump right into it and start tooling around. Oh yeah, and what you would also need is a button. So our button will be our key lock here. That will work perfectly fine. It has two connections in the back and these will be soldered to our cable. Well, let's start. First of all, what do we need? We need some copper wire like this. We need some clippers like this. We need our ignition and the key to it. That also works pretty fine. Soldering wire to that. Maybe some shrink tube that you put over. So that's the shrink tube that you put over the cable, and then use the lighter to shrink it down. Our soldering iron, so that's the soldering iron right there, and some cutter knife. Yeah, so that's it. And we need our SX-70. So how does it actually work? We only need to connect these two ports with each other. I got my little copper wire here, so it's just one wire, and we got our camera. And as I told you, we have these two holes. We're gonna take the copper wire. So we can use these clippers here for our camera. And what we're gonna do is we clip them off at the end. So we got two little wire stripes here. Take our knife. So the cable on the front should be about this length. You're ready to go. Let's straighten the cable out a little bit so we have it easier to work with. So the next thing we need is our extension cord. I got some speaker cable left. Strip off the isolation of that cable. So let's get some shrink wire, just two to isolate it off then. 1, 2. Put these onto the cables here. I would suggest putting it on the thin cables. So we got our two shrink wires here. They are ready and we can use our soldering iron now. Get some soldering on it. Take this here and just solder that together. Easy as that. So this is really not the hardest part. Then we can take our shrink wire, put it over our soldering, take the lighter, shrink it together. Perfect. So I apologize for everybody that's into electric stuff, that this is like super bad, but well, it works. Hold it together till it sticks, holds perfectly. So we got our cable here. That's the one end that's going into the camera. And now we can search for the other end of the cable. So let's strip that open again. This time we're gonna take a little bit more. The other one also on top of the wire. So now we can take our key lock and solder it to that part. So let's just put these two cables inside of the camera and turn the ignition. And we took our picture. That was our ignition. Woo. So it's pretty easy to build your own remote control for the camera. So what you could do now to fix the cables in this position would be to take the two cables, put them into the camera and put some hot glue on top so it dries. And then they're stiff in this position, you can always put them back in. But otherwise, it's a super easy technique if you need an extension cord that's 10 meters long. I don't know, maybe you have the camera up on your roof and you want to take a special picture while you're standing in the garden with your family or something like that. This is one way to do it. It's just like some wires, some clippers, some soldering, and the soldering is really easy, don't worry. If you have anybody that's ever soldered one cable, he would be able to do that stuff. And you don't need the high-end tools or anything like that. Yeah, that's a neat little trick for the SX-70. Unfortunately for the 600 camera that doesn't work because it doesn't have these two pin connectors to make a remote control. But for the SX-70, great tool, and it works. It also uses for the autofocus camera, as you heard. It even uses the autofocus to put the focus right. So that's really cool. Use an old cartridge of film to test it. Don't use a new film, because it could be that you circuit it and it just goes and throws out the pictures. That would be not that good. But otherwise, sweet little thing. Just try it. It could be useful one day. Just build one yourself. Use whatever you want. Buttons, keychains, key locks. I don't know. High security key lock for your pictures. I mean, Polaroids are really important, and if you shoot original ones, you want to keep them safe. Think about using that one. I like it. So if you liked the video, hit thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you want to see more content like that, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!